it's estimated that giving girls one additional year of schooling would save as many as 60,000 children's lives. And the most important reason for the reduction in child malnutrition is in increased female education. It's the strongest correlation. When you look at where we have had a significant reduction in malnutrition amongst children, the strongest link is improvement in female education. And through the effects on labour force productivity, fertility and other determinants of economic growth, girls' secondary schooling and gender equality more broadly have been identified as primary strategies for enhancing economic performance. The economic evidence suggests that societies which choose gender inequality pay a significant price in terms of the economic outcomes in those countries. So we have a compelling case before us, and and the data is unequivocal. So what I'm looking for those of you who participate in this conference, the Parliamentary Group on Population and Development, who've been talking about these issues for a long time, is to take the data and the messages that it sends to us and turn it into practical lessons about good policy. We can't go around the Pacific and Asia telling other people how to run their country. They are all independent nation states. But we have a very close relationship with them. We are developing a much stronger partnership relationship with them. We have had significant improvement in the relationship we have with the countries where those relationships have been strained, like the Solomon Islands and Papua New Guinea. And we are building on those countries in our region with whom our relationship has in any event been quite good. So our capacity, and we have recently announced in what the Prime Minister called the Port Moresby Declaration, a commitment to work to agree upon development partnerships with all our neighbours in the Pacific, and to work in close cooperation with other countries in the Asia region, in Indonesia and our other neighbours in Southeast Asia. But I'm particularly concerned about the situation in the Pacific, where Australia's capacity to influence outcome is greatest and where the rest of the world looks on us to take a lead. And to the extent that we can together develop a program that focuses on women's education and women's empowerment, we can start the difficult task of transforming some of the challenges before us in development in a way that's both socially equitable, environmentally sound, and economically successful. It is a triple bottom line investment that the new Australian government is keen to make. We can only make it with the agreement of the countries with whom we are developing these partnerships, but I hope in the years ahead you'll see significant enhancement in our investment in this area, and I look forward to your support in rising to the challenge of making that investment and getting it right. Thank you very much.
Questions? There are two. Oh, Lord. I'm going to go, I was going to say traditionally from the left is where I move, but I've gone that way fast. So I'll take two from that side and two from that side to start. So the gentleman with the microphone first.
David Hughes. Could you confirm whether in Papua New Guinea there is only one organisation funding contraception and family planning, and that's Murray Stopes from Melbourne, and that the Austrade budget for family planning in Papua New Guinea is zero?
I can't actually confirm either of those things. I don't think the second of those things is true. The first may well be, but I can say that not everything about the manner in which we deal with population-related issues in Papua New Guinea and elsewhere is as I would wish it to be, but not all change happens immediately. But I don't think the second part of that answer is right, but I don't have the data in front of me. Can I don't know, who was your second question, Phil?
Bob, thank you. Peter Strachan. Just reflecting on Australia for the moment, and we look at the Sydney Basin sort of struggling in its own sort of pollution, and all major capital cities of Australia are on water restrictions except for Darwin potentially. Given the situation with water in the Murray-Darling Basin and salt and degradation of the land, does your government see a policy of actually trying to work within a fixed population framework as being a viable way forward, or is there still some sort of focus on growth per se, which includes population expansion?
Well, you're way outside my areas of responsibility, and even further outside my areas of expertise. But what I am aware of is it remains the government's policy to have an immigration program, so that will continue, and we're actually looking at some variations on that we're only looking at, but that will give the opportunity, for example, for people from the Pacific to come here to participate in our labour market. Whether that comes to pass or not, there's a lot of reviewing still to be done. But so I don't think that I could conclude from that our policy is as you wish. But I'm not the person who's responsible for that. But we do have, and will continue to have, a significant immigration program in Australia for the foreseeable future.